sculptor, because his red bombs can remove their ability to chain, and these hunters are much weaker without that ability to use their abilities, as well as the white bombs and the slow bombs, since you typically these chip hunters have slower movement speeds. But we'll have to see if he does choose to chase the psychologist, who is at middle two-story, or the acrobat that's at corner house.
Yeah. So, Sculptor, knowing that the Acrobat can just easily transition to Corner House, making it a very, very hard chase, Sculptor just decides to head to middle and possibly look for the Psychologist. Yes, the Psychologist will be hiding near cabin, probably just utilizing these pallets and windows for a bit, and maybe go for Priestess after taking a hit or is about to go down to prolong the kite for a bit.
Now we're seeing some great movements right here from the psychologist here. She purposely threw down that pallet there to get a speed boost, and then was able to sidestep some of these statues to mess with the timing of the statues, because as we mentioned, there is an animation time, and she took advantage of that. And then we have the priestess support coming in already. We do know that priestess can be quite destructive here on this map, and with 2 quick portals, the psychologist is able to get from cabin all the way to graveyard, and graveyard can be quite destructive for these hunters if they don't have confined space, and it looks like the sculptor will not be bringing that. So this psychologist is free to loop this window for as long as they can, but it looks like they're gonna just opt to kite out in the open, force the free hit, resume going back to the window, and potentially force out a blink here. Blink is gonna be used, but it's gonna fail. That's gonna be huge for the surviving side, because it's gonna allow a little bit more kiting time from the psychologist.
Yeah, so the Miss Blink is very unfortunate, but I do think the Psychologist should be going down soon, as the graveyard, again, very thin corridors. The palace aren't particularly strong. I think maybe... Oh! Miss hit from the Sculptor, allowing the Psychologist to kite just a little bit longer. Will there be a Priestess portal here to support? The Tram coming in for a little bit of blocking.
Looks like Priestess is trying.
Oh.
Does the portal connect?
Body blocked?
Oh, gets the body block.
Done by the Priestess. Very well done by the survivors.
Looks like that portal is going to come in just in the nick of time. We did see Tram was nearby, so I was wondering if Psychologist was going to try and take Tram, but I think this portal works out much better for them. Making her way back to cabin, which is the area that she was previously kiting at originally, and looks like we have all 3 ciphers being started by the B4U survivors.
This is certainly looking very good for the survivors. 2 more ciphers are about to pop, and 1 is just already starting, even though the Psychologist is getting down, but this cipher progress is a lot. It's definitely a lot more pressure on the hunter side.
But we can't understate that with the Psychologist having that stress, that's a lot of presence for the Sculptor. Priestess also did take a body block, so only 1 more chip, and then the Sculptor will be at full presence, and it's gonna be a free rescue. It's gonna be but the full presence.
There's no tide though.
Wow. Okay, but the last cipher is at Merc's cipher is at 50%. He hasn't rescued yet. So it's possible that they're going to send the mercenary in and then have the acrobat take the cipher, or Priestess could actually rescue too. So, but she is injured, so I think it would be safer to just wait for the mercenary to get to the chair. Trait is up. It does look like, yeah, okay, it will be Blink. Now this is a hard situation for the Sculptor because she couldn't leave to proxy camp, because if she did, Priestess would rescue. And now looks like they're gonna portal. Looks like okay, their tide turner is forced out. Getting those chips in is really crucial for the Sculptor to hit the statues right here.
Cypher's 80%. Psychologist teammates are running away now, believing in the Psychologist that she can kite after a blink hit. Very good decision by the Sculptor. Sculptor now has a chance to tie this if the Psychologist gets shared near. 1, 3, yep. And then Roland seems to be not close to your gate. The dungeon is at graveyard. This might be a tie. No one's at the gate yet. Problems coming back to Giftinitis. Seeing with Roland here, what's is gonna be their plan here?
Okay, so oh, looks like the Mercury's gonna take a full presence chip, followed by another one. He's gonna try to take a hit. No, he's gonna elbow pad in time. Priest is gonna have a portal for him. Now, could be a little bit risky for the surviving side since Priestess just used her last portal and it doesn't look like she'll be close to another one. This does seem like it should be a draw because I believe Acrobat is going to be on a gate here. Nice flywheel coming in from the Priestess, going to buy a little bit of time. Sculptor is going to sidestep this pallet. And then I believe Priestess should be going down here shortly. Nope, misses the melee, but that's still perfectly fine. I think the Sculptor here is just fine with taking this draw here. However, she does have to keep in mind that Priestess is getting closer to that portal. And Dungeon is at Graveyard. It's actually possible for the Priestess to get Dungeon by portaling off of one of these buildings. She's trying for it. I think she might be able to do it.
Yeah, it's close. Sculptor already getting ahead of the Priestess, not allowing Priestess to get close to the dungeon. Yeah, that's their hit. That would be a tie.
Nice red light
From Loki.
From Loki. Very nice job.
The blink at the end is just so crucial. Allowed the Sculptor to get the tie.
Yeah.
Well done.
Very good job.